I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. This is a special time of year. I don't want it to go unnoticed for every single thing that you do, every sacrifice that you make. I was raised by a single mother, so I am forever appreciative of all the mothers out there that's doing it for their children, all the sacrificing, all the loving, all the bedtime stories, all the everything that you do. I absolutely appreciate you. I love you. I don't have to know you to tell you that. I don't have to see you to tell you that. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for everything that you're doing for your children. It may not seem like it, means a lot right now, but the day will come, prayerfully, where they appreciate it. They will honor you for it. They will respect you and love you even more deeply while you are on this earth to receive it. So if you hear from nobody else, which I'm believing that you will have people in your life that you will be able to hear this from, hear from me. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, mothers, for everything that you do. What's up, Monksters? We are back with another video. We want to take the time and say a special happy Mother's Day.
So to all the moms out there, I just want to say you're worthy, you are enough. Don't overdo it, and don't let that mom guilt get you, because you do enough.
Now we're going to get into the rest of this video. We are excited about this Mother's Day video. We have a special treat for you guys. We're going to do a Mother's Day tribute at the end of the video. So I'm excited about that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Give us a thumbs up. We love you guys. We love being in front of you guys. We want to continue to grow a community and a family of the Monksters. So if you haven't become a Monkster yet, go ahead and do so. We love you guys. All right, Monksters. I am down here with one of Raina's surprises. I absolutely love surprising Raina. Actually, I love surprising people in general, but none other more than Raina. I love to see the look on people's faces, and I absolutely love to see the look on her face when I get her something that I know that she absolutely wants. So I'm excited. This thing is massive. It's this big old box, and if you want to lend a helping hand, you're more than welcome. No, seriously. Oh yeah, if you see my head touching the ceiling, mind your business. Mind your business. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get it in. We're going to put this together for Raina. I told her she's not allowed to come downstairs right now. And just in case if y'all did not know, I have been rolling with Thanos. So let me show y'all this trick I learned from my mans and them. It's called the snap and done, right? We're going to get it in. Snap and done. Nobody can put stuff better, put stuff together faster than I can. Watch how I work. Told y'all, I got it in. Let me show y'all what this behemoth of a thing looks like. I'm excited about it. I want to see Raina's face. I want you guys to see her face as well. We're going to take it upstairs in a little bit. Dinner's past ready. I wanted to finish this. I'm going to try hard. I look forward to getting stuff done, so I wanted to get this done before I went upstairs at 8. But man, I'm excited about it. I got one more gift to show y'all too as well. I gotta go grab that, and then we're going to give Raina her Mother's Day gift. Nice size to it. It's pretty tall. There's a drawer right there. The only thing I don't understand is the concept of this drawer. I'll let Raina figure that out, how to latch that and make sure it doesn't fall out. But this is a pretty good shelf that I got off of Amazon. I will put the link in the description below in case y'all want to get something like this or surprise your spouse or your mom or something like this. Because y'all seen our kitchen, we don't have that much space. So let me show you the drawer real quick. There's a drawer. Nice, right? Now this is the other gift that we got Raina Monksters. I am going to open this up. She has wanted these for a while. I am so excited I was able to get these for. Whoop, with the paper a little bit. Let's just show you the one. Look at that. Peace and love and swoosh. Air Max up tempos. If you know Raina, if you've been on our channel for a while, you know that she loves Air Max up tempos. Now it's time to go upstairs and surprise Raina. I cannot carry the camera and this behemoth of a shelf. So what I'll do is I'm gonna get up there, I'm gonna tell her to close her eyes, and then we're gonna surprise her. Are you guys ready? Let's go. All right, I figured out what we're gonna do, monsters. We're going to give the camera to Raina. Tell her to close her eyes, and you guys get to see her natural, on the spot reaction. Let's get it.
Hey, Monksters. So this is awkward. It's just me. I'm waiting on my surprise, so I'm standing here looking like a weirdo in the kitchen. So yeah. Okay, I gotta close my eyes.
All right, you gotta close your eyes.
Okay, they're closed.
They're closed?
Yes, and covered.
I gotta watch you because you'll peek.
Nope, I closed them and covered them.
Okay. All right, I'll tell you when to open them. Not time yet.
Okay.
In 1 second. Try not to fall down the stairs.
I'm trying not to peek.
Don't peek.
I'm not peeking. I'm not peeking, but I want to so bad. So I can see what you're doing. It sounds really big. I'm excited.
All right, open your eyes.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. You excited?
Yeah.
I know you talk about not having enough kitchen space.
This will be organized.
Yep. You get the microwave
Yeah.
on top of there. All right. Guess what?
What?
Close your eyes. I got one more surprise.
Okay.
First, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
There you go,
Thank
3
you.
steps. You ready? Close your eyes. One more.
Can I close them when I hear you coming up?
Nope, I'm right here. I'm not going downstairs.
Okay.
All right. You open your eyes. Open your gift.
Oh, I can see the name.
Open your gift. Open your gift.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. My favorite.
Yep.
Mother's Day.
Wow.
Did the boys and I do a good job?
A very good job.
Are you excited?
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, can I have a kiss?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna hug me? Ah, I love you so much. I'm glad I was able to do that for you.
That's a nice color
It
too.
is. I told the monsters, you can figure out how to get this drawer to work. I couldn't figure it out because it's an awkward way of how it latches, but it can be a falling hazard if you pull it. But Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
You deserve so much more. Wish I could give you the world, but this is a start, I
I
guess.
appreciate everything.
Praise God.
Thank you.
All right, I want to take this moment and say how much I truly appreciate Raina. I wish I could do a whole lot more for her. I know once God bless everything to take off, I look forward to doing so much more. But I'm just grateful, to have her be the mother of my children. I'm excited for every moment that I get to spend in her life. And I'm just grateful and I'm thankful. And I'm just so ecstatic that God chose for her to be my wife, I knew a long time ago that she would be an exceptional mother. And I'm just grateful, truthfully. I really don't have any other words to say. I'm thankful. Man, I pray that everybody can find the one that God has for them. I know that does not come without including God in the process. Generally, there are some rare occasions, but I truly believe that you need to include God in the process. Let him guide you, let him lead you, let him show you who is his perfect will for your life. And that's my story. And I only can tell y'all my truth because I have lived it. But I want to hear from you guys. Comment down below a special person, special woman that you want to tell, Happy Mother's Day to, whether it be your spouse, whether it be your mother. You know, it don't matter. Comment down below who you want to tell special happy Mother's Day to. And I want to share a memory. I'm just grateful that Raina was willing to be with me at the ground level. And that just meant so much more than she'll ever know. Like when we used to have date days, you heard our stories. We used to catch 2 buses to the movies. And just to see somebody being willing to go through those struggles or go through, you know, catching a bus to the movies and still having fun, not complaining. Not once did she ever complain about it. So I'm just grateful and thankful. I keep saying those words, but it's the truth. You know, she has been with me through a lot. When we first got married, I didn't have a place to provide for her to stay in. She could have easily been like, I'm out. It's too much. I don't want to deal with this. So I have so many memories that I can share and that I would take up all of you guys' time. You know, it would be hours upon hours upon hours of how grateful I am to have Raina as my wife. I want you guys to share a memory of your spouse. Comment down below. Share a memory of your spouse, your mom, your sister, a special woman in your life that has given you a memory that will last a lifetime. And we're going to keep it PG, of course. So in this Mother's Day video, we have compiled a special list. There were so many other women that we could have added to this list, but this video would have been an hour, 2 hours long. That does not mean that there are women that we do not mention are not worthy and deserving to be on this list. So we're going to kick it off, and we're going to talk about each individual person, mother, I should say, and we're going to talk about a special memory or moment, or you could even say, you know, how did they pour into your life? So we're going to go ahead and kick this list off. We're going to start with none other than the dynamic duo. You could either go in either direction, start with 1A, 1B. I call them my mom and her mom. A special memory that I have of Ma is I remember when my stepdad, when he passed away in 1991, I remember that was the first trip that my Ma took me on, and we went to no other place but Disney World. So I'm pretty sure that's where my love for Disney World came. It's always holds a special place in my heart because that was the first vacation that she took me on. It was just her and I. My younger brother wasn't born yet, and I just remember experiencing that. We had an experience where we thought we could walk from out of our hotel to SeaWorld because it was right behind us. Little did we know that there was a flipping ravine in behind our and the water was dark brown. So I'm glad we didn't try to walk through it because, you know, Florida has gators. I remember there was a crossing point, but it was literally 2 steel beams that somebody had tied together, and we could have walked across it and got to the other side. Glad we didn't do that. But I remember going to experience Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That whole experience will just be a moment that I will just cherish for my entire life. And I just remember my mom making so many sacrifices to make sure I had an awesome childhood. I had the childhood that she, quote unquote, felt like she did not have.
That's good. So my memory, I'll say, is continuous because
Facts.
when I first moved here, I was welcomed into his mom's house, no questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
And then constant shopping. We ate good.
Yep.
We still will do the same thing. I know we'll go shopping soon. And then also now, new memory is just seeing how she is with our kids.
Yep.
And they, you know, they light up when they see her, and that's what matters.
And I concur with Raina that it's continuous when it comes to my ma. Now let's get into the other half of the dynamic duo. And Jasmine's going to kick us off talking about Mom. That's what I call her, but she calls her something different.
I call her mom or mommy. So my mom is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my memories, this is kind of a funny one, but not so funny. I don't even know how old I was. I don't know, maybe 3, 2. I was very small.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the playground. We're in PEI visiting my grandparents. I'm on that turn, what do they call that? The turn one where you push it?
Oh yeah, gotcha.
So I'm on there. Some older guys got on there and they spun it so fast that I was literally hanging on and flying. And I couldn't hold on any longer, and I flung out and went through the sand. There's sand all in my mouth. I was crying. My mom flipped out on them, and I can remember this memory. Like, I remember this. She flipped out on them, and all my life she will always defend me. If I ever had any issue with people, she would be right there. Like when I was in school having my butt slapped every day, she's at the school like this is a problem, and the guys got suspended. Like, she was on it. So that's one thing about my mom.
Man, Mom is one of the greatest human beings that I've had the privilege of knowing. She's one of the greatest human beings that you will ever meet in your lifetime. For her to embrace me the way that she did as a son, I truly believe it went further past, son-in-law. And she embraced me since day one. So my moments with her is continuous, because there's been so many instances where we have needed help or we have needed someone, and she was right there, Johnny on the spot. When Three Stacks went to the hospital and he was in the hospital for those 8 days, she hopped on a plane and came here from Nova Scotia and spent time here with us just to be with us and to support us during that difficult time. So that just speaks volume of the character and the love that she displays. She has a smile that will brighten your entire day. Like, there's so much joy that reverberates from her smile. She's just awesome to be around. I couldn't have prayed for a better mother-in-law. That's what I call her, and it's just an honor and a joy to be in her life. Her birthday is actually May 9th, and we get the honor and privilege. She's coming here next week, God willing. So this will be our first time seeing her since 2019 in person. Of course, we have video chat. Thank God for that. But I told her Mary and Jasmine was a bonus, because I get to be in her life. Jasmine is just a bonus. That's how awesome she is. But man, I'm telling you, hearts, if there could be a way to duplicate the heart and the love that she has for other people, this world would be a tremendously great place. Next, we're gonna roll right into my grandma. My grandma passed away in 2016. And the moments I remember, I spent so much time. I remember my grandma's apartment on Plymouth and Evergreen, apartment 1315. Remember like it was yesterday. I spent so much time with her, and I truly miss her. And one of the most special moments or memories I could say that I have, my grandma always supported me. Yes, I was her favorite grandchild. So Charmel, if you're watching this, I'll split it with you and I'll say favorite guy. You could say favorite girl. But she supported me, everything that I did, basketball games. I remember her telling me, I'm gonna find a way, grandson. This is before Uber and Lyft. So she made somebody come pick her up so she could be at my basketball games. Even when I went to the University of Windsor, she was there, Johnny on the spot, across the border, supporting. So I do know she would have loved this channel. She would have supported this channel. She would be like, grandson, I don't understand it, but show me how to watch your videos. So I know I would have had to help her and show her how to do that. But that's one of the most special things that I could say about my grandma, is she supported me and ultimately us. She bought us so much stuff for our house before we even had a house. And she told us not to tell nobody. So grandma, we apologize. We telling the whole world right now. But that would be her support. That's what I would say.
Yeah. And from day one, I was granddaughter.
Yep.
Like, even before we seen each other in person, I was granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just hilarious. And she was feisty.
Yeah.
Like, I remember in the mall, some guy was trying to talk to me. He was way, way older. Like, he was trying to be a sugar daddy or something. And she had her little walker. She was like, don't you talk to my granddaughter? That's my grandson's wife. Like, she would always yell at people. It was so funny. She was just hilarious. Okay, so now we're gonna go into my Oma, which is my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
They lived in Germany when I was born, so that's where the name Oma and Opa came from.
Mm-hmm.
So my first, well, I won't say my first memory, but one memory that comes to mind when I think of Oma was when my mom was having my baby brother, 22 years ago. And she was in labor, so we went to the hospital, took her to the hospital. So it was me, my younger brother, and my mom and my Oma. We get her to the room, and she has to give birth, like right now. This is the moment. So we're still there. You know, we're not supposed to be there. So we're standing there, she's right here, we can see everything. And she gives birth. So my Oma's just there like, ooh, it's like a panic, right? So then we leave. Now, my Opa always drives, so I never really drove with my Oma with her driving, right? It was weird. And she's driving a minivan. So I'm just in the passenger seat like, are we gonna get home okay? And she was just driving. Oh, it was so funny.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that's my memory. That's what I always think of that.
Man, oh man. It's tough to follow that up for sure. I don't have any stories like that. I didn't have the honor and privilege of knowing Oma as long as Raina did. But I just want to, Oma is definitely one of the special memories I can have of her is her cooking. I know she's like heavy on the garlic and stuff like that, but which garlic is good for you. But she's just one of those people who, when I think of Oma, I think of race has no color. That's what I think of when I think of Oma. I've never seen her look at anybody indifferently, especially based on the color of their skin. She loved me from day one. I've seen her show that love to others. So there are people out there who truly look at people, at the content of people's character, how they treat, in my case, treat her granddaughter, etc. But she's always been loving. She's always been supportive. She gives some of the best Christmas gifts. So I'm forever grateful for Oma and having the honor and the privilege to be in her life. All right, we want to keep the list going. My Auntie Lynn, which I call her mother. With her is the same. I call her mother because she's always been like a second mother in my life. Her children call my mom Ma. I have continuous memories of her and everything that she has meant to me, everything that she has been to me over the years. And I've seen that love continue with my children, continue with Jasmine. She is awesome. I remember when my mom and I and my youngest brother, Jerry, when we were home invaded, unfortunately, when I was in middle school, I remember the joy of going to Auntie Lynn's house. We went to stay with Auntie Lynn after that happened. So we stayed with her for a little while. She opened her doors up to us, embraced us. You know, even though she had limited space, she still embraced us. And I'll forever cherish that moment in memory because I remember having those moments of being afraid, being scared to even close my eyes at night or go to sleep because of the traumatic experience that, my family had experienced. As, 11-year-old waking up to a .357 Magnum shotgun and an AK-47 pointed at you and your family. And so for her to open her arms, open her doors, and give us a place to stay so that I could rest easy at night, feeling comfortable, feeling safe, I'll forever cherish that memory for all eternity.
Okay, so my memory, this was before we had 3 Stacks. I was pregnant and Auntie Lynn had an accident, so I was helping her get to her appointments to make sure everything was good, therapy and stuff like that. And so I remember she really wanted to get me a dress for my gender reveal that was coming up. So I remember, we went to her appointment and then we went for a little shop trip. And then I found a dress and she got it for me.
Sweet. Praise God. You see how God will perfectly orchestrate things. She not only comes from a family of shoppers who love to shop, Oma, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
She was married into a family who loves to shop. My mom, mother. Okay, next we want to go into Auntie Bessie, who I call Sweetie. She calls me Big Honey. She calls 3 Stacks Little Honey. I remember her allowing me to use her truck to go over to University of Windsor to pick my stuff up and bring it back to Detroit. That was major. Auntie Bessie don't play about her trucks. She don't play about a lot of stuff. She's very clean. She used to have towels sitting on her seats. You couldn't get in her car with no dirty shoes on. I'm talking about spiffy. I'm talking about, she is very thorough. To this day, when we first moved into our house, she was the one who came and cleaned our house, and she cleaned that house from top to bottom. I'm talking about when it comes to cleaning, she is second to none. She has her own cleaning service, as a matter of fact. I am also probably the only person, now too, that she has never cussed out. And I hold on to that title.
I inherited it from him. But my memory is, again, about her being really clean. My first time at her house, she was having a little get together at her house. And that was the first house that I've been to since I moved to the States where you had to take your shoes off. Because that's normal to me. I don't like shoes in the house. Her house was that it was clean, take your shoes off, don't mess up her floors. I'm like, oh, okay.
Carpet immaculate. She kept that stuff. Ooh, she should be like, ooh, don't you put your feet on my floor. I was like, Auntie, now see, she's giving me a lot more grace, but I still respected that. I wasn't going to bring my shoes into her house.
Oh, yeah.
Next, we want to go into our spiritual mom, pastor. I call her awesome pastor mom, Danielle. I remember one of my birthdays. She's an awesome baker, by the way. I've been trying to get her to launch her own baking YouTube channel. I told her I would help film it, launch it, help her, etc., etc. So, Pastor Danielle, this is your plug to get that channel started, because the world needs to see the awesome, delicious baked goods that you put out there. She's always posting them online. She made me these cookies for my birthday. She asked me what did I like, and I'm trying to remember the flavor. It was something along the lines of, it was like raspberry, or it was like strawberry shortcake white chocolate cookie or something like that. It was like this epic creation that has never been created on the face of the planet. And I was like, and she brought them to me. I did not want to share those cookies, I'm going to be honest. But I shared them. I think I let Raina get half of one. No, seriously, I think I did share them. But that, and then who she is as a person, as a pastor, after being a person. But I remember one of the most difficult times in our lives, which we've talked about this before, when we had the miscarriage earlier that year. Her and Bishop CJ stay almost an hour away from us. They drove here that night. And once we told them, and they came and sat here in our living room and prayed with us, encouraged us, the whole nine. They was even believing God for a turnaround with us. If that was God's perfect will, then, believing for a turnaround, etc. So to see her and Bishop, of course, to come and sit on our couch was major to me and Raina.
Yeah, that's probably one of my top memories, because I was really, I never thought in a million years that I would have a miscarriage, and I prayed that I never would, because it's heartbreaking when I see other people do it or go through that. I was like, please God, don't ever let me go through that. And then I go through it, and I was really struggling. I was mad. I felt like really let down by God. And so when they came here and she laid hands, and they were so just encouraging and uplifting, like we needed that. I know I needed that.
Yep.
So I really appreciate that memory.
Next, we want to go into important sister of ours, Delingia. She is also one of the godmoms to our children. We are the godparents to her children, her awesome children. So one of my most favorite memories, moments, everything, I'm just so appreciative to the awesome mom that Delingia is, of her 6 children. She is an awesome mom. I tell her a lot, she can be the standard or the example of so many women to follow, because she does it. 6 children, going to school, working on a master's, working a job, still making sure her children never feel neglected or none of that stuff. Like, she is doing her thing. And I remember when I was writing my book, The Experience, a Book of Poems, I remember she was the one who encouraged me to work on the giftings that God had deposited in me. I found it frustrating trying to work a job while also trying to ultimately begin working on the things that I believe God was calling me to work on, and the book in particular being one of them. And I remember her telling me, just take an hour, after you get off work, just take an hour a day and work on things. Because I was feeling overwhelmed, frustrated that I didn't have the time, thinking I needed this mass amount of time to work on that stuff. And she was like, no, just take an hour. And so those words rung true. And I have carried those words to this day, that was the thing. Just start, and then build from there. And so from that, I was able to take that mentality. I wrote my book, finished the book, and I've carried that in every area of our lives. She's been one of our biggest supporters on the channel. When we had COVID, she brought us groceries. Like, that's how connected we are to her. She has been there. We cannot recall an instance where we've needed her and she has not been there, which says a lot with all she has on her plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, about being the standard, she encouraged me a lot. Just in me watching her parent, even when she wasn't a single parent, she still did so much. Mm-hmm. And the way that her kids behaved and they carried themselves, like even still to this day, like, she sets the standard. So I always looked up to her as a mom. And yeah, we were around her kids for years before we had our first child. So yeah, we spent a lot of time with her and with the kids, just seeing how she functioned. And yeah, she was a great example for me.
Next, we want to talk about Grammy, another awesome woman who is no longer here with us. Jasmine's going to kick that one off.
So Grammy was my great grandmother. So she lived a long life. She was very welcoming, especially when I brought him to visit for the first time. And my memory of Grammy is not so much like a memory, but more so something that she always did. And that was, she always had like hot tea ready. And I still drink the same tea. Like, that's one of my favorite teas to this day. The smell of it reminds me of her. And just being at her house, we used to go all the time. So that was one of my memories.
One of my memories of Grammy it was actually the last time that I had the privilege of seeing her. I remember we picked her up and I said, and I reached my arm out and I said, Grammy, I'm here to take you on a date. And she hooked my arms, and I forget what she said, but she said something like feisty along the lines of, well, you better treat me well. Something like that. So that was one of my favorite memories of getting to spend that time with her. She was so welcoming. It was such an honor to have had the privilege to get to know her and the time that I had spent with her. Next is none other than the awesome, feisty Auntie Diane, or Auntie Di. Jasmine's godmom / auntie.
Yep, so that's my mom's best friend since before I was born. And one thing is, we always joke around and say, like, she's my dad. Because I inherited some of her traits. I don't know if it was just because her and my mom were so close, but like me and her are very similar. And so that's one thing, we're always over there like giggling about something or talking about something. My mom is just oblivious, shopping. She doesn't see anything going on, and me and her doesn't look at that stuff, people watching. So yeah, that's one of my memories.
I come to the realization there are certain people that I could not have gone to school with because I would have always been in trouble. I would have either been in detention or I would have got sent to the principal's office. Auntie Diane is one of those people that I know that I could not have went to school with because of how much fun we have when we get together and the things that we joke about. And I'm talking about the endless banter. We will see something and we will keep it going. Or if we'll see somebody acting weird, we'll be like, and then she'll look at me or I'll look at her, and then one of us will start going and then the other one it's like tag team champions of the world. I am thoroughly convinced I could not have gone to school with Auntie Diane. She's an awesome person, loving person. She will defend you to her last breath. So I am grateful that I had the honor and the privilege to meet her as well and get the time to spend with her because I love her. Next is our awesome Mama Angie. You want to go first?
Yes. So my Mama Angie is my stepmom, and she's been with my dad forever. And so one thing for me is she always welcomed me into their home. I never felt, weird or mistreated or anything like that. She was always very warm and loving. And one of my memories was after I was probably like 17, 18-ish when I started going up there on my own to his house and spending more time. I spent a lot more time with Mama Angie. One memory I have is she said that I was the daughter she never had.
That's good.
That was my little crown.
I love Mama Angie. Mama Angie has always treated me as if I was one of her sons. She does not have a daughter, but she does have multiple sons. My awesome brothers. Shout out to Cisco. Man, you and I were like, just having the opportunity to be in her life. I've never known her to not be welcoming. She's always treated me like family. She's been willing to cook for me. We talk, every now and again since we haven't been able to see her since the COVID, struck. But we talked via text message, video calls, something like that. But she is just one of the most sweetest people that you could ever meet. I love Mama Angie so much. Now, one of the last things that we want to do in this video, we do want to take the time to honor some mothers who mean so much to our lives. Because we didn't share moments, we could share moments, we could share how special they are to us. Like I said, we're just trying to keep this video not as long,
right.
Because we would keep going. That's just who we are. We just talked about this. We just believe in honoring people, people, especially who have a special meaning or they have impacted our lives in a special way. We just want to honor them. We wish we could honor everybody, but we want to value you guys' time. So Jasmine is going to go off and read off some names. If you do not find your name on this list, that does not mean you're not worthy to be on this list. That just means, to be honest, we might have forgot it for the moment. Hold it, don't hold it against us. Please don't. Or we're just trying to consolidate, like we said. So Jasmine, go ahead.
It's a lot of names all the time,
Yeah.
Constantly thinking, oh, let me add this person.
Yep.
The list gets longer and longer and longer.
Yep, because the list was shorter than this.
We stopped ourselves right here.
It was shorter than this.
This is it, because we kept adding. This is it. This is the last one. Okay, here's the list. We have Naomi.
Naomi, we really wish you were still here, our sister. You're one of our biggest supporters. We are forever going to miss you.
Godmom.
Godmom, thank you for being the awesome godmom that you are. My only godmom, so I love you and I appreciate you.
Tasha.
Tasha, my sister, we love you. Thank you for everything that you are to us. We appreciate you.
Tajane.
Tajane, my awesome, beautiful, with 2 L's. You got to accentuate the L's. I'm proud to see you grow as a mom, and I love you.
Charmel.
Charmel, my smallums, you were the first one who gave me the nickname Bigums, the only one who calls me Bigums. Thank you for everything that you mean to us.
Keisha.
My mini-me, I love you and I appreciate you. I love your spirit. I love how awesome you are and how much you love and how passionate you love.
Kathleen.
Mom Kathleen, thank you for everything. You were one of the first ones who believed what God deposited in us when it was time for us to become pastors at the church. You had no resolves. You had no second guessing, no nothing. We love you. We honor you and we appreciate you.
Regina Head.
Mom Regina, thank you for being a mom, especially in the sports world. You were grafted in through basketball. I will always love you.
Kayla.
Kayla, my awesome sissy. That's
My
what.
sissy.
Yeah, we love you and appreciate you. You have become an awesome mom. We're so proud of you. We love you, we honor you, and we cherish you all the days of our life.
Leandra.
Leandra, you want to say something first?
That was my BFF since we were 8.
Yep.
You're an awesome mom.
You're awesome, Leandra. We love you.
Morgan.
Morgana. I am the only one, I'm pretty sure Raina can too, is the only one who could call you Morgana. But we love you, Morgana. You're such a diva, and we love that about you. I appreciate you, everything that you mean to us and everything that you are to us.
Tia.
Shuri, Wakanda forever. Thank you, Shuri, for the awesome person that you are to us. We love you. We appreciate you. You're amazing.
Auntie Angie.
Auntie Angie, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for continuing to call me Van like Grandma Lucy did. I love you. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Coach Jenna.
Coach, thank you for being one of the most impactful people in my lives. I love you. Thank you for being one of the most awesome coaches that I've ever had the privilege to play for. You truly are wonderful.
Yes, you are. Auntie Monica.
Auntie Monica, your support has no end. I'm forever grateful to have the privilege to call you my auntie. I love you, or our auntie. We love you. We appreciate you.
Belinda.
Belinda, my sister, my road dog, another person I'm convinced I could not go to school with, or I got kicked out because our jokes are endless. And I love you. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for finally accepting us as godparents to Amira. We want to hold that title. We appreciate that. And might as well throw Kason in there too. You go watch this,
We'll
Belinda.
be honorary. It's okay. We'll be honorary godparents.
We are the godparents in my eyes.
And Caitlin.
Caitlin, my sister, awesome, love you. Awesome wife of Cisco, who I mentioned earlier. Caitlin, you truly are amazing. It has been nothing but a joy to know you, to get to know you even more, and just be in your life.
So Caitlin and Belinda, I knew you guys were meant to be with my brothers from day one. So I'm glad they finally put rings on it. Love you guys.
Right. And now we want to say Happy Mother's Day to every single other mother out there. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for doing what you do, all the sacrificing, everything. I pray that it does not go unnoticed, that there are going to be people in your lives that will honor you for it. And without further ado, we don't have anything else for you guys. We're going to close the video out right now. Why don't you close this video out with us? And you know how we close our videos, but if you don't know, you're about to learn. You ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. God loves you. We love you. Let's become better. In Jesus' name. And we out.
Deuces.